The last 18 months have been rough for the South African economy. Slow Chinese demand, a commodity slump, the worst drought in decades, and sharp currency declines, all culminating in a Reserve Bank forecast of zero growth for 2016.
South Africa has run out the north options. It's not easy for South Africa to stimulate now through, say, a cut in interest rates, or to rely on government expenditure to drive the economy, or to expect that government can be the employer of last resort. These initiatives, I think, have been tried and they haven't led to a sustained improvement in overall growth.
Despite running a tight fiscal ship, the country's debt-to-GDP ratio is over 40%. The economy lost 500,000 jobs in the first half of this year, taking the unemployment rate close to 27%.
If you have unemployment because of slow growth, because sectors cannot employ more people because it just doesn't make sense, it puts the economy further into decline. So that's the number one risk. The other risk is that without growth, it also impacts another, like the bigger picture. So households are also struggling in many ways, and if you don't have an income growth, then you also start to see the expenditure side of GDP remain stunted.
South Africa is running out of options to turn this economy around, despite increased efforts between government and the private sector in the last few months.
We've got a great and well-diversified corporate sector that is in a good financial position but is lacking in confidence. And the key to unlocking South Africa's growth is to inspire business confidence, to get the business community to invest more into South Africa.
We need to focus on skills development, education and exports. And we need to maybe have policies where we do not export raw materials, we only export finished goods rather than exporting raw materials and importing finished goods.
South Africa remains vulnerable to global and domestic shocks. The impact of Brexit has been muted thus far and in part has worked in South Africa's favour as investors rush back to emerging markets, lifting the rand. But the currency has fallen again on worries that the finance minister could be arrested. Pravin Gordhan has a strong track record, having safely steered South Africa away from recession during the 2008 global financial crisis, and he's managed to keep the ratings agencies from downgrading South Africa to junk. It's uncertain, though, whether he will attend the G20 meeting in China. Sumitra, Nydoo, CCTV, Johannesburg, South Africa.